Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. It's Ahmed again, A to Z Auto Masters. It's been a while. I have a lot of videos recorded, I really haven't had the time to edit them yet, so I'm sorry, bear with me, and I appreciate you watching. Today we got this 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 3.6 liter. The truck came in with an AC problem. AC is blowing hot air, and I checked the freon level on the truck and there was really nothing in there, it was zero. So we have a leak somewhere. We added some dye and we'll show you exactly what's going on. It's one of the common problems on those Jeeps, and we'll show you what's the problem and how to get it done. Okay guys, so one of the first signs you will see on the cover that goes right in here, if you basically look right in here when you open your hood, you will see that cover soaked with liquid. It's either going to be the transmission fluid if the cooler is leaking from the tranny side, or it's oil from the AC system, from the freon. So usually when you see that cover wet like that, mainly I seen it on the driver's side, but you might see it on the passenger side. So if you see that wet like that with oil residue, it's most likely that's the problem. If we take a look here, you will see that the condenser is wet. You can see the oil leaking right through. It's a very common problem with Jeeps. We do a lot of them. Those AC condensers are no good. This condenser is split two halves. The upper half is the transmission cooler and the bottom half is for the AC condenser. So today we'll show you how to change the AC condenser in those trucks. Okay guys, so we're just gonna start by removing the intake system here with the air filter cover. We have that so we can have some space around here, and we're gonna remove all these plastic clips that hold these covers. All the clips starting from here all the way around up to here. Okay guys, so we have all the clips removed. Now just the middle section here, we're gonna pop these out just like that. Now once these are removed, here one more, we can remove the whole cover. You can take this complete cover out. On top of the filter here. Take the whole thing off, and now we're gonna have a couple bolts here, couple here, bolts from the side. You really were supposed to take the front bumper cover off to have access to these bolts, but we're trying to avoid removing this molding and dealing with all this stuff. So what we're gonna do is just gonna lift up. We have two clips underneath here. It's gonna lift up, and we're gonna do it while the bumper cover is on. If you lift up here, just like that, same thing here. And now just pop these two clips in each side. We'll have a better access now. Okay guys, so we got these popped. Now with the 10 millimeter, then we have one 8 millimeter here for the coolant reservoir. We got one plastic clip to hold the washer fluid tank. Now we get that clip off. Now the washer fluid tank is detached from the support. Now we have a 10 millimeter bolt that holds the AC line to the radiator support. Take this off, and we have one underneath the washer fluid tank. There's another 10 millimeter here. And for that one, we're just gonna use a wrench. Just right in here. Now we're gonna move to the bolts in the front. So we're gonna have these two 8 millimeters that hold the hood latch. Then you have the 13 one here, one there that holds this support going down. And then you will have the 10s, one in this side and one on this side that holds the horn in place. And then we have one 10 here and one 10 here. That's basically it. We need to unplug the sensor on the hood latch. So this is unplugged. Now we take one out. We can use two pieces of 2x4, something like that. Here. And one here. Now the hood latch is right here loose. Just be gentle with the cable. It has plastic clips, just pull them off the plastic clips. One more clip. Go back here. And now for the 10 that holds the horn. And I usually just leave the horn dangling in there. Same thing on this side. And now again with the panel popper, you have a couple plastic clips. You can move this harness away from the radiator support. There you go. Take this plastic out. And same thing here. Remove the harness, the horn harness, and the plastic wind deflector. And now basically we have the two 10mm bolts and the two 13s here, and this radiator support can pop out. Take it easy with that plastic, you don't want to break it, just enough to fit your hand and take the bolts out. And now the two 13s here. One for that bar and one for that bar. That's basically it. This radiator support now should be loose. We remove this, take this wood out again, and we just lift up easy, just like that. You're gonna have this tank usually in the way. Use the pry tool and just kind of pry it out of the way while you're lifting up in this side here. And now once you have this out, just like that, you basically have everything exposed now. Prior to that, we removed the bottom cover and we drained the coolant, so it's time to just get the fan out. We're just gonna unplug the fan harness, and this fan is held up by only two clips, one on this side one on this side here and one here. Okay guys, so these clips here you basically push in just like that while you lift up the fan, and same thing on this side. You just push the clip in and lift up the fan, and that's it. The fan is out. Now you just maneuver it around the hoses just like so and get it out. We can take this hose off. Okay, we take this off and we can just tuck it here. And same thing with the lower radiator hose. Now we take the lower radiator hose. Now we can separate. You lift up the plastic clip here And we're gonna separate the radiator from the AC condenser. And in this side here, we have this plastic clip here. Okay. Now we have the radiator. It's detached from the AC condenser. We're gonna go up quick and detach the tranny lines from the radiator. Okay guys, so now we're under the car to the driver's side where the two transmission lines go through, and you're just gonna pop this clip from the radiator, just pop it out just like that. And now we're gonna go back up and take the radiator out of these two grommets, right and left. Okay guys, so now we detach this lines. We can lift up on the radiator, take it out of the frame in the bottom. And separate the bottom. Just like that. You're gonna watch for this line, it's gonna be in your way a little bit. And also here, just take your time and pull it off. Now it's time to get the condenser, but before we do that, we're gonna have to separate, take these two AC lines off of here, and we have to take the transmission lines off of this side. These two lines are tied with one nut in the middle, 13 millimeter. You just take this nut off, and just pull the two lines out, just like that. In this side here, you're gonna have to pull this plastic clip off and just pull right out. And this one, just like that. And you're gonna have the metal clip underneath. We have a special tool for that. We're gonna show you the tool, and I'm gonna show you how to do it if you don't have the tool. Okay guys, so that's my master disconnect kit. So you can use that. Or if you don't have the master disconnect kit, we're gonna use a pick, like a 90-degree pick, right angle pick like that, okay, to take them off, and I will show you how. It should be a clip, one of those clips right there. Basically, we're gonna grab the tip of that clip with the 90-degree pick and pull it out. You just have to be very careful. You don't want to lose that C-clip in there. Here's one. And here's two. Gonna have a container down there to catch tranny fluid, usually leaks out. Maybe a couple drops. go, and we can tuck them right here for now. And one last thing before we pull it out, we have the power steering cooler in the front. Actually, those two lines on the side were the power steering cooler. I'm sorry, these are the tranny cooler, the tranny cooler hoses. Now we have to take this cooler out, power steering cooler off. And the way we're gonna do that, we have these clips from the back holding the cooler in place. We're gonna use our panel popper. This cooler is no good, so it doesn't matter if it gets damaged. We have to worry about the new one. So this doesn't really matter. It has to be changed anyway. So we're just gonna get the panel popper right underneath. Pop this off. And we have another one on this side. Same thing. We get both of them out. And now we can lean this forward and just pull this through. Just pull it off. That's it. And the condenser pulls right out. Okay guys, so we have the condenser out right there, and you can see the difference between the top section and the bottom section. The split right here, the two different coolers. And you can see it was leaking really bad. Okay guys, so we got the new condenser right here. Just gonna go back, everything in reverse order. We have the two caps here. You can pull these out. And you have the new C-clips comes in pre-installed. Okay, now here's the tricky part. We have to reinstall the power steering cooler. You have to reinstall this back. So you have to be careful, you don't want to damage the new condenser. Okay guys, so the trick to do this, we're gonna have to avoid these horizontal lines. These actually where the Freon run through. These are like little tubes. If you damage it, it's gonna leak. But these vertical ones, these are just fins to cool it off. So these, like here in between, there's no problem if they get damaged. So we're gonna have to push the power steering cooler the pins right through these, and just avoid damaging vertical lines. See the pins pop through. The cooler is back installed. Now we can put these lock-in washers back in place. We have these two seals here for the AC lines. You should change them now. Okay. Now we're back to this side. We have to put these two tranny lines back in place. Make sure they're 100% straight. You don't want to damage the seal inside here. And you have to push all the way till you hear the click. You have to make sure these C-clips are locking. They're usually not easy, just you have to take your time, wiggle it and push it in here. What we usually do also, we can just pull the clip out. Take these clips out and put them back after the line is pushed in. Okay guys, so we put the C-clip back. Just clip it in place and make sure these plastic washers click back on top of the C-clip. That's what holds the C-clip in place, so it won't come off. Just like that. So now they're nice and locked, and always make sure, pull on them, make sure they don't come out. They're locked in place. So now we have to put this radiator back, and we have to make sure basically the condenser will sit here. So we're gonna have to lift up the condenser, sit it right here, and then lock it up top. Like that. Okay, so basically we're gonna fit the condenser and the channel down right and left, and then close them together. Now you can lift them up as one unit. Just like that. This tab is locked right here, and this tab is locked right here, and it's down inside the two grommets. Okay, so we have it back in place. Now we can put the lower radiator hose back. Okay, again the fan, we're going to make sure it fits in the bottom two clips, and then you push down and it will lock in place right there. And now we can put these two power steering lines in the bottom that in the beginning of the video we took out. Just push the clip back in place. Okay guys, and this now go back in. Okay guys, so now it's time for this radiator support. And here you have to take your time and move everything out of your way. You don't want anything to break. Okay, so now we put all these bolts back in place. Make sure guys all the bolts are back in place before you start tightening them. Just put everything, all the bolts hand tight, and then you start tightening them. the 213 for the bars. The last thing gonna be the hood latch, so you have enough space to stick your hand in here. Okay, so now we have all the bolts in place. Now we can start tightening them. Okay, now we can start putting this hood latch back. Now everything back in place. We can push this grill back, and then we can start putting all the plastics and clips. Of course, we're gonna have to put the upper radiator hose and refill the coolant. Okay guys, so we're gonna open this bleeder screw. We have to refill the coolant till it starts coming out of here, and then we can close this bleeder screw. Okay guys, so basically the coolant is full. Right now we're gonna have to put it back in the AC machine, do a vacuum test, make sure the system is tight, no leaks, and then we're gonna have to recharge it. Of course, in the beginning of the video, we hooked up the machine and we recovered whatever was left in the system. And now we also have to make sure we check the transmission fluid level, because also that was leaking from the cooler. Now we can put the bottom cover off, clean up the area, and recharge the Freon. Okay guys, so it's all done, put it back together. We're just gonna recharge the Freon and check the tranny fluid level. And that's basically it. Thank you for watching.